Hello guys, Softoni here. First of all, like always, I want to thank you for watching this video tutorial, and in today's lesson we will create a really unique podcast intro, a really awesome slideshow, something like this. Alright, here we are in After Effects 2021, and first of all we're going to create a new composition. Hit Ctrl+N on your keyboard or this little icon to create a new composition. We will name it Media 01. For width and height we will do 960, 30 frames per second, and duration 10 seconds long. Hit OK. And as you can see, now we have this square shape composition. Also, we can drag and drop. I already have this example footage from pexels.com. It's free site, so you can download your free footage from Pexels or Pixabay or sites like this. Okay, just drag and drop your media into our timeline. As you can see, this is a really big footage, so I will scale it down. Hit S on your keyboard or go here on this little triangle and adjust it here in our media placeholders. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do is also to create a new composition, and we will name it photo frame plus media. Okay. Also we will do 960 by 960, 30 frames per second, and duration 10 seconds long. Next thing what we're gonna do is to drag and drop our Media 01 into this new composition. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do is to create a photo frame here, and right click here in our timeline, go new, and then add a new solid. We will name it photo frame, also 960 by 960, and hit here OK. Now color doesn't matter, just hit here and then hit Q on your keyboard or go here to grab a rectangle tool and make a mask like this. Okay, after you draw a rectangle like this, go here in mask, then hit this inverted button. Okay, I'm holding space on my keyboard to drag this Media 01 on the left or the right side, and now we will add color here. Just go here in effects and presets and type fill. We'll just expand something like this. Okay, move it up, also our timeline, and we will change color into white. Also now we need to fix this mask. Double click here and then move it over here, also on the right side, something like this, maybe little to the left, and this upper side. Okay, as you can see, now we have this really nice photo frame, maybe a little more adjustments and something like this. All right, next thing what we're gonna do is to create, go here and then create another composition. We will call it elements plus media, also 960 by 960, 10 seconds long duration, and then hit also OK here. And we will drag and drop our photo frame plus media here in our new composition. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do is to create a mask so we can have animation in our final composition. Also right click, then new, and add a new solid. We will call it matte with 960 by 960, hit OK, And then we will draw a mask here in our, just choose here title action save, so we can see this grids, save lines. Okay, hit here matte, and then also go here on rectangle tool and then draw a line like this. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do is to animate our mask. Go here 1 second, go here in mask path, click on this stopwatch, go on 0 seconds, hit V on your keyboard, double click here on our mask and move it down. Okay, when you hit 0, we will have now animation like this. Also what we can do, grab those two keyframes, hit F9 on your keyboard, go to graph editor, right click and then edit speed graph, and then draw a line like this, something like this. Okay, and when we hit 0, we will get something like really awesome animation. All right, next thing what we're gonna do is to go here and then go photo frame alpha matte, this our mask. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do is to create, to duplicate this photo frame plus media and to create a new mask. Also we will duplicate this first matte, move it up. For now we will just choose this photo frame none, and we will also hit M on our keyboard and delete this first mask. Next thing what we're gonna do is to draw another mask, and then just hit here, hit Q on your keyboard or go here to rectangle tool and draw another mask, something like this. Also we will animate W to see these keyframes, go here, and for this matte also we will animate this mask. Go mask 01, mask path, for keyframe, go on the first keyframe, hit V on your keyboard to see arrow, double click here on our mask and move it all to the top. When we go here alpha matte, we have something like this. Also we will choose those two keyframes, hit F9 on your keyboard to ease, and we will repeat procedure like before, something like this, and also something like this. And when you hit 0, we have really awesome animation. We could also expand a little bit, just like this. Really nice. Maybe 1 second, 20 frames. Nice. And next thing what we're gonna do, we will just right click here to change colors. Okay. Next thing what we're gonna do is to duplicate this first photo frame media. Duplicate, move this to first frame. Also duplicate this one also to first frame, something like this, and we will add fill colors to our first and the third transition, something like this. Okay, here and here, and as you can see we have really awesome animation. We will change this to white, this one also to white, and as you can see we have a little gap here, so go here on this matte, W, and then hit K on your keyboard to jump on this second keyframe. Double click this mask, move it up, and also for this one W, close this down, hit also K on your keyboard, double click here and move our mask up, and then when we hit 0 we will get a really cool and awesome animation. All right, now it's time to create a new composition, or we can pre-compose it, but we will create a new composition. We will name it slide 01. For this width we will do a 9020, for height 1080, full HD composition, duration 10 seconds long, and frame rate 30 seconds per second. Hit OK. And next thing what we're gonna do is to drag and drop this elements plus media here in our final composition. Okay, next thing is to create background. So go here, new, and then create a new solid layer. We will call it background with 9020, height 1080. Hit OK, move it down, and then we will add another effect. Hit for color gradient and do something like this. As you can see here, we have positions and colors, and just go something like this. Second one here, third one here, and this fourth one here. Okay, you can use eyedropper to hit something like this, and we will change to blue and purple cool colors, something like this. Okay, really cool. And for this one, we will maybe leave it this purple one. Fourth one, maybe also purple. To get a real good combination of these colors, something like this. Really cool. When you hit 0, you already have here animation. Next thing what we're gonna do is to create little balls behind this elements plus media composition. Also go right click and then hit new solid. We will call it grid, and then hit OK. For this solid we will type here ball action, double click here, and then for this scatter we will do 0, grid spacing maybe around 3, ball size 30 or 25. You can play around with this number to change whatever is right for you. Something like this, really cool. And we will add fill color to this grid, these balls. Okay, white. And for this blending mode we can go here to overlay it. Grid spacing, you can readjust it if you want, but I'm really satisfied with this elegant look. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do is to also import this microphone image, microphone media. Go here, drag and drop, and then go blending modes, find multiply. Hit T on your keyboard for opacity, and maybe around 80%. Also, next thing what we're gonna do is to move this elements plus media on the right side. Hit P on your keyboard and then drag it to this right side. All right, hit S to scale it a little bit, maybe around 80%. And when you hit 0, we're getting really cool animation. Also hit P on your keyboard, hold Alt on your keyboard, and then type wiggle, maybe 0.8, something like this. Okay. Next thing what we're gonna do is to duplicate this composition, and then we will also add fill composition to this second one. Choose this choose this black color, and then add fast blur, and then go here around 350 to get this really cool shadow behind this main image. When you turn on and off, you will see something like this. All right, next thing what we're gonna do is to add our text. And then we will create a new composition. Hit here, and for this composition name, we will name it text01, and for width 600, height 400, and then hit OK. Hit Ctrl+T on your keyboard, or go here on this horizontal type tool, and then I will type it podcast, hit enter, and then type intro. Something like this. I'm using this Montserrat bold font, and also for this intro I'm using 100 for the leading. Okay, just double click and then hit a space for a few times. Align it to the center, and as you can see, when we drag and drop our text01, move it to the left, we will get something like this, really cool looking text. Maybe one more space here, something like this, and it's time to animate this podcast intro text. First thing what we're gonna do is to import this in animate panel opacity, hit here 0, and go here in range selector, hit for this 1 second for this offset keyframe, and then go for the first keyframe, and then a -100. When you hit 0, we'll get something like this. Also go here in advanced panel and find this ramp up, and we will get something like this. Okay, also next thing what we're gonna do is to add another animator. Go animate and then position to add another animator. Now we will see here this range selector. For this Y parameter, hit -100, and our text will be here up. Okay, open this range selector, set a keyframe here and go to 100 here, this offset, and move it here, and then go to -100. Also open this advanced panel, find ramp down, and for this is high and is low, hit 50%. And when we hit 0, we will get really cool animation like this. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do, hit choose all of these keyframes, hit F9, W on your keyboard, F9, and for this second one, something like this. Really cool. And when we go here in our final composition, as you can see, we will get this really cool animation. Also, we have forgotten to move here in our first animator and to make some changes. For this offset second keyframe, we will go 100. Okay, really nice. Hit 0 in our final, and we will get really cool animation like this. Maybe to move this first text around here to be really cool with this transition. Okay. Also, next thing what we're gonna do is to create a shape line here in this corner. Grab this also ellipse tool. For this stroke, we will do maybe 200, fill, choose to none, hit Alt on your keyboard, and then left click on your mouse, and we will draw a circle like this. Hold Shift on your keyboard to make this really cool shape, something like this. And for this shape, we will name it circle. Okay, move it down, maybe above the grid, and also we will add effect here, maybe ramp effect for this circle. I will use eyedropper, maybe something like this. Also set this first color to here, second color to here, this second one maybe like this. Something like this, really cool. Second color maybe around this. Also go right click here and then layer styles and find here stroke. For the stroke, go here and then maybe around 4 and choose white color. Really cool, as you can see. Also, what we can do is to duplicate our first text. Okay, and we will delete it and we can add our smaller text. We will type Softoni motion really cool tutorials podcast intro, something like this. Just go here, scale it down. For this leading we will hit maybe around 50, align it to the center. Maybe this we will find another font, something like this, text, maybe 30. And when we drag and drop here, we will get also really cool looking animation. We can also add typewriter effect for this text. Go here in effects preset, find typewriter. Just drag and drop on this text. Okay, and when we hit 0, just W to find keyframes and move it here to the first one, something like this. And when we go here, we will get our really cool animation. Also, if we want faster animation, just move left keyframe closer to our first keyframe. Also, what we can do is to create a new composition. We will name it music 1920 by 1080. It's okay. Hit this okay, and then go right click, new, and then choose a new solid. We will call it audio spectrum and find here audio spectrum and drag and drop it on our solid layer. Okay, for this start frequency we will do 30 for this, end frequency 500, frequency bands maybe 1000, maximum height 1500, and for this thickness we will do 2. For this inside color choose white, also for this outside color choose also white color. Control D to duplicate this layer, and for this display option choose here analog lines. Okay, now it's time to add a music track here in this music composition. I'll just do a double click and I will find here music track named Funky Club House, and when I drag and drop here I will just hit F3 for audio layer Funky Club House, also here Funky Club House, and when I hit 0 we will get something like this really cool animation. Also, what we can do is to go here in our slide 1 composition and drag and drop our music, maybe go around here, hit V on your keyboard to move it to the left. When you hit 0 we will get something like this. Also, I will rotate here maybe 180, move it to the left, something like this, or here. Also duplicate, move it to this to top, rotate 0, and then maybe something like this. and then I will grab this to music composition, and from overlay I will do, maybe from normal I will do overlay. Hit also T on your keyboard and maybe around 60% opacity. And as you can see, we get really cool animation. Our audio spectrum will make movement according to our funky clubhouse track. Okay, also what we can do is to pre-compose this. Choose everything and then go here to pre-compose. I will choose this, I will name it part 01, and then right click and add another adjustment layer. I will call this spotlight and find spotlight effect, drag and drop here. For this height, maybe 20, something like this. This one here, maybe something like this, really cool. Edge softness maybe around 100, cone angle something like this, and when we hit 0 we get really cool looking animation podcast intro. Alright guys, that was everything for today's tutorial. Hope you enjoyed. Take a look on my channel for even more great tutorials. I hope you learned something new. You can use this technique to make your own podcast intro. I wish you all the best. Hit that subscribe button and turn on this bell icon so you can always get notified whenever I post a new clip. And until next time, stay creative and bye bye.